Okay, so this is my audience. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the National Peaceful President Award Ceremony of 2015. Tonight we'll be awarding one president for their memorable contribution to societal peace. After researching and interviewing experts of this individual, it is with great pleasure that I'll be presenting Abraham Lincoln with this prestigious award tonight. Abraham Lincoln has been chosen as the recipient for this year's award due to his notable involvement in the Civil War and the legacy he has left on the world, all of which makes him the perfect candidate for the National Peaceful President Award of 2015. To begin this presentation, let's first look at his notable appearance in the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln played a major role in the Civil War and the push to end slavery. According to an article titled "Free Soil, Free Labor," written by Eric Foner in 1970, he demanded that slavery stopped expanding into surrounding territories that were not already involved in the war. This was the first initial push that he made to end slavery. Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation, The End of Slavery in America, written by Allen Weslow in 2005, states that Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation stated that all slaves in the rebellion states shall be free. The Emancipation Proclamation was an even further push to end slavery. After signing the Emancipation Proclamation, Abraham Lincoln was able to end the Civil War. A book titled Out of the Storm, The End of the Civil War, written by Noah Trubo in 1995, goes on to say that Abraham Lincoln successfully ended the Civil War. After ending the Civil War, he extended a hand of generosity to the opposing sides by allowing them to keep their weapons and their horses. After doing that, he was able to also begin to rebuild the area before his assassination. This just goes to show how truly generous Abraham Lincoln really was. Not only did he lend a helping hand to his supporters, but he also led a helping hand out to his opposing side. Abraham Lincoln's actions led to advances in peace. His actions of peace also left a lasting legacy on America's view of slavery. Under the rule of Abraham Lincoln, the 13th Amendment was created. The 13th Amendment was created to abolish slavery and involuntary servitude. An article written by Eric Foner in 2010 says that Abraham Lincoln began to persuade Congress to pass the 13th Amendment in 1864. In 1865, it was officially passed and became part of the U.S. Constitution as we know it today. The 13th Amendment is now one of the most commonly practiced freedoms of the U.S. Under this amendment, we are able to live free without slavery. This ends the division between the people and creates a safe place for neighboring immigrants to come to. This legacy left by Abraham Lincoln was considered by the committee when they were reviewing this year's ballot. When choosing this year's award winner, the committee looked for several aspects of a personality type and actions before coming to a final decision of who the winner for this year would be. The committee first looked at Lincoln's leadership qualities as compared to previous winners. According to Mark Knoll, Abraham Lincoln was elected for a second term of presidency, proving that his people thought he did well. This shows how excellent Lincoln was in his leadership skills. During this time, he was also compared to previous winners of this award, including Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Nelson Mandela. Not only did the committee look in to see what kind of personality traits Abraham Lincoln maintained, but they also looked into the peace efforts that he made while he was under pressure to prove that he actually deserved the award. As stated previously, Abraham Lincoln was calm and friendly to each side of the Civil War. He was able to lend out his helping hand to the opposing side when they needed it the most. Although he was considered a Confederate president during the Civil War, he signed the Emancipation Proclamation despite much of his supporters' protests. This just goes to show that although he was thought to be on one side, he actually thought about the feelings and the overall peace that would come with the Emancipation Proclamation. All of this just goes to show how rewarding Abraham Lincoln's presidency was and how much he deserves this award tonight. As we begin to reach the close of this ceremony, the committee would like to first congratulate each nominee for their peaceful efforts. In conclusion of this presentation, the recipient of this year's award has had a positive influence in ending the Civil War and slavery and in creating an everlasting legacy for the U.S. today. The 2015 award committee unanimously agrees that this individual shows the utmost characteristics needed to win this award. In 2008, George McGrovern stated that President Lincoln should be known as the greatest president of the United States. Tonight, not only will he be known as the greatest president of the United States, but he will also be remembered and known as the most peaceful president. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I proudly present the National Peaceful President Award of 2015 to the previous United States President, Abraham Lincoln.